June 2019. A photo explodes across Instagram, a gold-dusted ice cream cone priced at $10,000. Within 48 hours, 20 million people have seen it. Food bloggers fly across the country to taste it. News networks run segments, celebrities pose with it. There's just one problem. It never existed. The ice cream shop was real, the price tag was real, but nobody ever bought it, nobody was supposed to. This wasn't a product, it was a press release disguised as dessert, and it worked exactly as planned. Within 1 week, the shop's actual sales tripled, not from $10,000 cones, from $8 vanilla scoops bought by curious tourists. But here's what you didn't see. The viral marketing agency paid $30,000 to engineer this moment. They crafted the price point, they seeded the first posts, they paid micro-influencers to share it, they manufactured outrage. And this happens every single day. The water bottle your daughter begged for, the restaurant with the 4-hour wait, the dance everyone's doing. What you think is culture is often a product. What feels like a movement is frequently a marketing budget. So how do they do it? Who's pulling the strings? And more importantly, how much of what you want was planted in your mind? In 2019, a 16-year-old girl became the face of climate activism overnight. Organic? Not exactly. Her first school strike was photographed by her mother's PR consultant. When you can't tell the difference between a genuine movement and a marketing campaign, you've entered the manufactured consensus. The terrifying part isn't that trends are fake, it's that you're being programmed to believe your own thoughts are original. Every trending hashtag you see has been A/B tested on micro-communities first. Your timeline is a focus group you never consented to join. 3 companies control 80% of viral moments. You probably can't name them, and that's intentional. Here's the part that should keep you up at night. They're not selling products anymore. They're selling you your own identity. When that song got stuck in your head last week, that was a TikTok campaign that cost $2.3 million. You hummed their investment return. The algorithm doesn't show you what's popular. It shows you what they need to become popular. You're not the audience, you're the amplifier. Remember when everyone suddenly cared about that random issue for exactly 2 weeks? That was a sentiment injection, tested, deployed, and memory hold on schedule. Your feed isn't a reflection of reality. It's a script you're reading from while believing you wrote it. They've mapped your emotional triggers better than you know them yourself. Every outrage, every joy, calculated for maximum engagement and minimum critical thinking. The most profitable trend of all, making you think you're too smart to fall for trends. You think you discovered that song, that aesthetic, that dance. You didn't, it discovered you. Every morning while you sleep, algorithms are loaded with content designed to feel organic. But there's nothing organic about it. Welcome to the seeding phase, where trends don't go viral by accident. They're planted, watered, and harvested for profit. It starts with micro-influencers, not the celebrities, the ones with 10,000 followers who feel like your friend. They're recruited through creator networks you've never heard of, given talking points, paid in cash or free products. Their job? Make it look spontaneous. Step 1. 30 creators post the same thing within 72 hours. Different words, same message. The algorithm notices patterns. Here's what they know that you don't. The For You page isn't random. It's a testing ground, and you're the experiment. Watch times, replays, completion rates, every micro-interaction is data. When enough people watch past 3 seconds, the algorithm promotes it. But the seeding goes deeper. Spotify editorial playlists, randomly restocked store shelves, TikTok sounds pre-cleared for commercial use. By day 3, you're seeing it everywhere. It feels like cultural momentum. It's manufactured consensus. The genius? They make you the marketer. You share it, tag friends, create your own version. Free labor disguised as participation. And someone is getting very, very rich off your authenticity. November 2017. Supreme drops a brick, literally a red clay brick with their logo. Retail price $30, resale price over $1,000. People camped overnight for a brick. But this wasn't stupidity. It was the culmination of a carefully engineered psychological operation. Manufactured scarcity is the oldest trick in the luxury playbook, But the internet turned it into a science, and everyone's using it now. The formula is simple. Produce less than demand, document the frenzy, let FOMO do the rest. Scarcity creates its own marketing. But here's what they don't tell you. Most sold-out moments aren't accidents. They're calculated down to the exact unit. Take sneaker drops. Brands like Nike and Adidas have the manufacturing capacity to meet demand. They choose not to. Why? Because a sneaker anyone can buy is just a shoe. A sneaker that sells out in seconds becomes a cultural artifact. The resale market isn't a bug in the system, it's a feature. StockX, GOAT, and Grailed are valued in the billions because scarcity is profitable for everyone except you. Here's the playbook. Step 1. Create artificial constraints. Limited edition, regional exclusive, surprise drop. These phrases are weapons of manufactured desire. Step 2. Seed the influencers. Send free product to people with audiences before the official release. Let them create the illusion of impossibility. Step 3. The controlled leak. Anonymous sources reveal stock numbers, only 500 pairs worldwide. The race begins before the product even drops. McDonald's mastered this with the McRib. It's not seasonal because of pork prices. It's seasonal because absence makes the heart grow fonder and the wallet looser. Now every industry has adopted the playbook. Video game consoles, makeup palettes, even grocery items. Remember the Popeyes chicken sandwich riots? That shortage? Popeyes admitted they were shocked by demand, but they also waited months to restock, letting the frenzy build to a fever pitch. The brilliance is that manufactured scarcity makes customers do the marketing for free. Every sold-out complaint is free advertising. And when it does restock, the announcement gets more engagement than the original launch. Scarcity creates 2 viral moments for the price of 1. The restaurant industry calls it strategic unavailability. Make your secret menu actually secret. Limit your hours. Create wait lists when you have empty tables. Cronuts, Impossible Burgers, Salt Bay's Gold Steak. The food doesn't have to be better, it just has to be harder to get. Tech companies use the same psychology with beta access and wait lists. Gmail launched invite only. So did Clubhouse. Scarcity signals value. Even digital products with zero inventory constraints use artificial scarcity. Only 50 spots available for this webinar. Enrollment closes at midnight. The mastermind behind modern scarcity marketing, a psychologist named Robert Cialdini. His book Influence became the marketer's Bible. Cialdini found that scarcity doesn't just make us want things more. It shuts down our rational thinking. We stop asking if we need it and start competing to have it. But who actually profits from manufactured scarcity? Not the customer who camps out for 12 hours. Not even the employee managing the chaos. The brand profits from free publicity and elevated status. Resellers profit from arbitrage. Platforms profit from transaction fees. It's a closed economy where hype is currency. Some insiders have started talking. A former Supreme employee admitted they'd destroy excess inventory rather than let it become widely available. Luxury houses have done this for decades. Burberry burned millions in unsold merchandise. Cartier destroys watches. Scarcity must be protected at all costs. The environmental cost is staggering. The psychological cost even worse. We're training an entire generation to equate value with unavailability. And it's escalating. Now brands create scarcity around the opportunity to buy scarce items. You need to win a raffle for the chance to purchase. The next evolution, NFTs and blockchain verification. Artificial scarcity for digital goods that can be infinitely reproduced. Scarcity as pure abstraction. So next time you see almost sold out or only 2 left in stock, ask yourself, is this real scarcity or am I watching a magic trick? Because once you see the playbook, you can't unsee it. And that might be the only way to win a game designed for you to lose. Meet Sarah. She posted a glowing review of a new energy drink yesterday. It got 50,000 likes in 6 hours. Sarah doesn't exist. Astroturfing, the art of manufacturing grassroots movements. The name comes from fake grass, and the deception runs just as deep. In 2019, a PR firm was caught operating over 55,000 fake accounts across platforms. Their job? Make products look organically popular. The anatomy of an AstroTurf account. Stolen profile photos, AI-generated bios, years of dormant history. They look real because they're designed to. These networks don't just promote products. They shape political opinions, attack competitors, and flood comment sections with manufactured consensus. Here's what they don't tell you. Some of the internet's most viral moments were designed in boardrooms months before you saw them. The Bangladesh click farms, warehouses filled with workers managing hundreds of accounts each. They're paid pennies to shape what millions believe. Devumi sold over 200 million fake followers to celebrities, politicians, and brands. When exposed, the clients claimed they had no idea. They knew. Micro-influencers are the new target. Pay 500 real-looking accounts to boost a nobody, and algorithms think they're the next big thing. Instant credibility. Platform moderators can't keep up. For every fake account removed, 12 more are created. It's an arms race, and the deceivers are winning. Reddit's 2016 investigation found entire subreddits controlled by AstroTurf networks. The communities you trust might be corporate playgrounds. The cost? $10,000 can buy you a trending hashtag. $50,000 gets you a full AstroTurfed movement. Democracy isn't just for sale, it's on clearance. Pharmaceutical companies use patient advocacy groups that sound grassroots but are fully funded fronts. They lobby for expensive drugs while hiding their sponsors. China's 50-cent army, government-paid commenters who flood social media with propaganda. 488 million fake posts per year. You've probably argued with one. The telltale signs, suspiciously similar phrasing, accounts created on the same day, profile photos that reverse image search to stock sites. But here's the twist. Platforms profit from fake engagement. More activity means more ad revenue. They have a financial incentive not to look too closely. When you see a product suddenly everywhere, the same reviews, the same enthusiasm, the same hashtags, ask yourself, did this trend find people or did people get found by the trend? The astroturfing economy is worth billions, and as AI gets better at mimicking human behavior, the line between real and manufactured will disappear completely. While you scroll, someone is watching. Not just watching, predicting, recording every pause, every skip, every second of hesitation. Meet the data brokers, the invisible industry worth over $200 billion that you've never heard of. Companies like Axiom, Oracle, and Epsilon hold profiles on nearly every American. Not just your name and address, your psychological vulnerabilities. They know what you'll want before you do. A dress you'll crave Thursday, a political opinion you'll adopt by Monday. Every click creates a data point, every like a preference marker. Your digital exhaust is their gold mine. In 2023, these brokers tracked over 5,000 individual data points per person. Your location history, purchase patterns, even how you type. This is how trends get manufactured before they're trends. They test the pattern on microsegments first. If suburban moms aged 35 to 44 in Ohio engage with cottagecore content for 3.2 seconds longer than average, that's the signal. Within hours, influencers receive briefing documents, not by accident, through intermediary agencies you'll never see advertised. The prediction engines run on something called sentiment velocity, how fast an emotion is spreading and in which direction. When enough microsignals align, the algorithm makes its bet. Then it doesn't just predict the trend, it manufactures it. Suddenly your feed floods with that exact thing. Not coincidence. Coordinated deployment across platforms, timed to your most vulnerable browsing hours. The brokers sell this foresight to brands willing to pay. A week's advance notice on viral trends can mean millions in first-mover advantage. Remember the sudden everywhere-ness of cloud bread, cottage cheese ice cream, Stanley Cups? None of it was organic. Behind each viral moment, a data signature, a pattern detected, amplified, and monetized before you ever saw the first post. The predictive models are now so accurate, they're beginning to shape reality itself. What they forecast, they create. And you think you're discovering trends, you're not. You're confirming their predictions. Your desire was the product all along. A creator hits 10 million views. Their phone explodes with notifications. They feel like they've made it. But when the check arrives, it's $1,200. Where did the rest of the money go? Meet Sarah. She created the dance that defined summer 2023. Billions of impressions. Her cut? Zero. The record label that promoted the song made $2.3 million in streaming revenue alone. Here's what they don't tell you. Creators are the product, not the business owners. They're unpaid R&D departments for billion-dollar platforms. TikTok's Creator Fund pays roughly 2 to 4 cents per thousand views. YouTube pays 20 to 50 times more. But TikTok's valuation? $225 billion. The real winners are the middlemen you've never heard of. Talent management agencies take 20%. Brand deal platforms take another 15%. Suddenly, that $10,000 sponsorship becomes $6,500. And here's the twist. The biggest payday isn't going to creators or even platforms. It's the data brokers. Every trend you participate in generates behavioral data worth 10 to 40 times more than the ad revenue it creates. Your dance challenge isn't content. It's psychological profiling. Companies like Oracle and Axiom pay millions for trend participation data. They know who's susceptible to social proof, who's an early adopter, who's a follower. The music industry learned this game first. They don't just promote songs on TikTok, they harvest data on exactly which 8 seconds make people share. Then they engineer the next hit around it. Influencer marketing became a $21 billion industry in 2023. But the average creator earned less than $15,000 that year. The math doesn't math. The top 1% of creators take home 90% of brand deal money. Everyone else fights for scraps while generating the content that keeps platforms valuable. Here's who's actually getting rich: the venture capitalists who funded the platforms. They cash out at IPO. Early investors in TikTok's parent company made returns of 8,000%. The agencies that don't create anything but connect brands to creators, they're pulling in 40% profit margins, higher than most tech companies. And the platforms themselves have perfected the ultimate trick, paying creators just enough to keep them posting, but not enough to build real wealth or bargaining power. When creators try to organize for better pay, platforms simply adjust the algorithm. Suddenly, your views drop by 80%. The message is clear: stay in line. Some creators wise up and launch their own brands, but even then, they're competing against the same platforms that made them famous. Platforms now launching their own product lines. The financial extraction happens in layers you don't see. Your viral video generates revenue through ads, data licensing, platform subscriptions, API access fees, and trend forecasting tools sold to brands. The creator economy isn't an economy. It's a one-sided value extraction system dressed up with the language of empowerment and entrepreneurship. So next time you see a viral moment, ask yourself, who choreographed this? Who's monetizing your attention? And who's quietly getting rich while the creator celebrates their 15 minutes of fame? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos.